Alright guys, we got a lot of bendy news to talk about, like starting off with I just want to talk about everything that just happened the past week with Lone Wolf, the Bendy 3 and all of that. So starting off, Bendy the Lone Wolf patch 2.1 on Steam. So basically they just fixed a bunch of things on Steam, all of that. Like fixing bugs and all of that. For example, like they've fixed the collection and the safe house, like fix missing missing scrap and all of that. Mostly just fixed a bunch of things and updated like the demon one, all of that. This happened a few days ago, but I just wanted to talk about it now. Like talk about everything that just happened this last week. So yeah. Next up, talking about the end of Lone Wolf Son. The ending. It was strange and kind of weird, but it makes sense in the end. For example, you see Boris go through this inky portal and he comes to the real world. So what I'm guessing is it's probably how Wilson from Bendy in the Dark Revival got the colours, because think about it, I don't think, because Wilson didn't want the loot to resend all of that, so he probably had to go through these, he probably had to use the gent to make these portals and get into. It's also how he got the colours, as you can see in Bendy in the Dark Revival. And yeah, so Boris escaped in the real world. I'm guessing this game takes place during. It takes place how do I explain it? It takes place at the same time as Dark Revival and the cage, because you can see you can actually see Boris in Dark Revival, so that means it must take place at the same time. So yeah, pretty much. I am curious though, what they're gonna do with Boris. I don't know if they're just gonna get rid of him from the franchise immediately, like a new Boris, because at the end of the game credits it says as Boris and it's crossed off and it says Bendy will return. So I'm guessing in Bendy 3 we're not gonna see Boris at all. Yeah. Moving on. Meatley has said he wants Bendy to be, more terrible. What he's saying is, one of the most personal goals with the Ink Demon in Bendy 3 is to make him a horrifying roaming creature as a constant threat in new ways not yet seen before in Bendy games. The Lord of the Dark Portals will have his regain. So basically he's basically saying he's gonna remodel Bendy, which is great. But I like the Bendy. You know what? I kind of like how he's remodeling Bendy each game. For example, we have Ink Machine, which have Bendy look like this, and then we had Dark Revival, what we mostly know him look like now, and then we got whatever he's gonna look like in Bendy 3. But I like how he's they're changing him a lot in Bendy. I like what they're doing with the Ink Demon, and I can't wait to see what they got planned for Bendy 3. And I'm curious if Audrey will return and all of that. And finally, we have the Bendy 3 title reveal in 5 days. So basically, Bendy 3 is getting a name. It's not going to be called Bendy 3, basically, which would make sense, because Bendy in the Dark Revival wasn't really called Bendy 2. They just called it Dark Revival. So it would make sense why they called it giving it a name instead of Bendy 3. But yeah, I think it's cool. I will be streaming this when the live stream does happen. I'm gonna be streaming on the second channel, playing some Bendy Meat Machine, maybe some Bendy fan games on Roblox, and just chilling out with the chat, waiting for this live stream to begin. We're probably, just like how Dark Revival got revealed, we're probably gonna see some some things about the characters. So we get to see the new character. For example, Bendy in the Dark Revival, when they revealed that game, they showed Audrey a little bit,